Hi, good evening, Harris. Can you hear me?
Evening.
Hi there. How are you?
Good. This week has a lot of things happen.
Really, lots of things happening this week.
I have a lot of things to share to you.
Fantastic. Like what? Tell me.
Uh, okay. First thing is that did you remember you said you forgot to turn on the recording button,
Hmm.
and I found that I could not only download the semester last week and but also that that course you didn't press the button.
Great. Right. So it still records. Yeah, okay, good. So you could record, you could download everything.
Yeah, both the video I can download. Yeah, and the second thing is last week cause I have two notebook and one of my notebook the video uh, how to say that I cannot see my face with the camera, so I send it to the company
Repair?
where I buy
Yeah.
where I bought the notebook, and so I use the old notebook since I bought that old notebook since I was a university student. So it's like 5 years now.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that that notebook was broken yesterday. So
Oh, I
I
see.
mean,
Yeah.
physically broken. The screen
Really?
break down.
Ah,
I
it just
can
quit.
I can even close my notebook because uh okay, it's hard to explain. But
Try, keep trying.
the notebook just uh at my house, like right back
Mhm. I see.
downstairs.
Yeah. Uh-huh. So you couldn't even close the notebook or turn it off because the screen was broken.
Yeah, so I lent a new notebook from my laboratory.
Okay. I see. I see. Well, that's a lot happening all of a sudden.
Yeah, and actually the book I borrowed is
Mhm.
more useful than both of my notebook.
Both of the others. Yeah, it usually happens that way. I understand. Well, yeah, that's a lot of things going on in a short period of time. Anything else?
Uh, and the maybe most important thing is that an announcement about the exchange student is posted on our school website
Right.
last
Okay.
Friday.
Very nice. So now you have your options.
So I just look up all the uh, sister school and see which country allows uh, uh, to see what's the name of where the university located.
Right. Yeah. And have you found any interesting locations?
Uh, I found uh, New Zealand. You is where you live in.
No, I live in the Netherlands.
The Lebanon.
Yeah, so I am currently living in the Netherlands, which is in Europe.
How to spell the Netherlands? Yeah.
It's in the chat box.
Netherlands.
Netherlands. Most people understand or know it as Holland, but it's called the Netherlands. The official name is the Netherlands.
I think there's a university in Netherlands. Let me
Right?
check. Because I asked Hannah about
Mhm.
that university, but she
Right.
didn't know about that.
Okay. Mhm. Uh, would you be, what would you be studying?
I think it depends on what score I get from
Mhm.
my TOEFL test.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, if you can find the name of the university, I can tell you where it is and what it's like.
To winter, uh,
Twente.
Twente
Yeah,
is
Twente.
sounds like that.
Yeah, it's pronounced Twente. Twente.
Twente.
Yeah, very good. So Twente University is in Enschede. So that's yeah, pretty interesting. It's a public technical university. So yeah, very good. Could be very interesting. Yeah. And so let's just see. What Twente is? Where is it? I think it's in the south. Oh yeah. So it's actually it is the eastern part, so Middle Eastern, close to Germany. So very interesting. All right.
Close to Germany.
It's yeah, close to Germany,
Oh, Germany.
and yeah, and it's actually quite a high-ranking school in the Netherlands. So it's quite a good school, the Twente University. So I'm not sure, but you probably have to reach a pretty high English score.
Yes, but I think it's they require lower school for exchange student compared
Right.
to if you compare to uh how spell that master degree student.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. So they probably wouldn't look at something too high, not compared to perhaps a master's degree student. Absolutely. But yeah, I will have a look more intense look later. Maybe find some more information for you. Okay.
Okay, you know,
All right.
because um the process we ap- applying the first step is we hand down all the documents to our school, and
Yeah.
choose they will rent all the documents and give us a score. So every student will get a score, and they use that score to choose what what student they pick.
Where?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
the number of students are limited
Mhm.
for each school.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So when is the deadline for handing in all your paperwork?
Jo next at the beginning of next year. So it's
Beginning of next year.
next June January
Yeah.
5.
Right. So yeah, January 5th. So you want to be taking your test in December.
Yes. Actually, I the first test I will take is next week, next Wednesday, and I plan to give me a second try at
Yeah, that's a good
December.
idea.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so I apply I registered another TOEFL test yesterday,
Okay. Yeah,
and
very good.
I registered December 20.
Hmm. Right. Okay. December 20. Sounds good. Sounds like you have a plan. So, like we said before, right? What you the TOEFL um So the TOEFL way of scoring, right, is a general score, right? So they're not going to give you independent scores for different things. So what we want to do is raise your fluency level. Yeah, your fluency level, because if you make some mistakes here and there, it's okay. But what they really are looking for is how you communicate, the flow of your communication. Yeah. Now, obviously, the flow is going to, yeah, the fluency is dependent on your proficiency, right? Your understanding of the English language. So obviously, we are going to have to work on both. But something you want to know and focus on is that it is a global score of everything you say and everything you do. Yeah, and it's not just every small piece or scored individually. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So TOEFL, TOEIC, IELTS, right? All of these exams are generally the same, a little bit maybe more academic or a little bit more focused on conversational, but generally they are the same. And I feel that one thing that is very interesting uh, to know and to kind of think about are word families. Have we spoken about word families before?
No.
So let's. So word families are a good way to start. Now, this is for the TOEIC test, but it's generally the same concept. Yeah. What's good about word families is that it allows you to kind of understand and connect words to certain groups, certain context, right? We use certain words together very often. Now, this is a very basic way of doing it. We're going to do a small example. But when we do our reading practice, what I want you to do is to try and look at some of those word families. Now, what is a word family? Go ahead and just read this for me.
Okay. Word
Read it out
families.
loud.
Word families are groups of words that are related to each other. Studying words groups is an effective way to expand your vocabulary and will make it easier to identify topics, people, locations, and activities in part 3 of the TOEFL test.
Here, TOEIC, but TOEFL test. So here, it's not so much about
Oh,
the TOEIC or TOEFL, but
yeah.
when you are, I know you have TOEFL on the brain, but when you are being asked to read something, right? And then to give your opinion about it, right? When you're asked to do this, yeah, word families are really good, is a really good way to identify the vocabulary that you might want to use, right? Or that you might need to describe what's going on. So you have a topic and you understand that these words are connected to that topic. So, for example, read these words out loud.
Okay. Arrange, ticket, accommodation, tool, location, book.
So, What would be the top?
uh, travel agent.
Exactly. So these are not going to be, used with dentists, right? So it's not very often that you're going to be using these kind of words associated to dentist. So what we want to do is kind of, when we're reading something, understand what are the key words that I need to know. What are the words that are connected to my context? Yeah. Let's do the next one.
Okay. Ride, passenger, fare, catch, meter, hail.
What one do you think it is?
Uh, Maybe taxi driver.
Yeah, exactly. So the meter is, the machine that counts how much you have to pay. To hail a cab is to try and get a cab on the street to get their attention. Yeah, fare is how much you pay. To catch a cab means to get a cab. Yeah, we use the verb catch. Oh, I'm just going to go catch a cab. Yeah, so instead of saying get a cab or I'm going to order a cab, we'll say I will catch a cab. Yeah. So these are
What's
all.
what's cab is?
So a cab is another word for taxi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, cab. Yeah. Hmm. Let's do the next one.
Okay. Information, print, news, interview, newspaper, media. So it's for reporter.
Yeah, very good. Next one.
Table, serve, food, drink, restaurant, reserve is for waiter.
Yeah. Next.
And oil, engine, service, repair, garage, car, uh, auto mechanic,
Very good.
and checkup, filling, teeth, drill, polish, clean is for dentist,
Mhm.
and law, arrest, crime, patrol, protect, investigate is for police officer,
Very good.
and airplane passenger, safety, serve, duty free, meals is for flight attendant.
Right. Very good. Now this is fairly basic, right? Connecting these things. And we'll do this exercise number two because then it switches it around a little bit. But generally speaking, is very basic. But once we get into reading, yeah, okay, once
Okay.
we get to reading, then all of a sudden, you know, being able to do this while reading, going, oh, that's a keyword and that's a keyword while still reading is very important. Yeah, because it's going to allow you to use that vocabulary in your answers. Because eventually, later on, we're going to focus on the TOEIC test itself, and I'm going to show you how that kind of translates. Okay, but for now, let's see if here are your words. You need to match two words to the topic. Yeah, so first, health. Which two words do you think?
Uh, uh, appetizer, appetizer. I don't know these words.
Appetizer is part of a meal. So it's the first part of a meal. It's called an appetizer or entree. And it's,
Oh,
yeah, the first dish of a meal.
okay. So maybe. So I choose two words about health, surgery,
Surgeon. So this is the person who does the surgery. Surgeon. Yeah.
or surgeon.
And what else?
Uh, what is prescription?
Prescription is a note from the doctor that says this is the medicine you need, and you take that to the pharmacy.
That's the word.
Is definitely the word. Very good. All right. How about manufacturing? What are two that you could?
Factory and production.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. Those are probably most common. Dining out.
um, Appetizer,
Hmm.
tip,
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Very good. Entertainment,
um, cancer, cancer,
concerts. Yeah,
and uh, performance. Oh yeah, performance.
performance. Yeah, performance. Yeah. And then you have the last two, ferry, which is a boat that brings you across a river or water for transportation, and platform is where you wait for a bus or a tram or yeah,
Oh,
train.
okay.
That's the platform. Yeah. All right, very well done. So this is a little bit about how I'd like you to, when you're reading, to try and accumulate, yeah, try and find those words that you think are connected to the title, connected to the main concepts, because those vocabulary words are going to help you in whatever you're saying later on. Okay. Now let's take a look. Go ahead and just choose an
New Zealand subs.
pension rankings. So you know what a pension is.
No.
Yeah, it's the money you get after you retire, after you stop working. That is your pension.
Uh,
Yeah. You want to
so
read about that?
so if I retired, I will get money from government.
Government and maybe if you're part of a union, they will have a pension plan as well. So it depends on where you work and for who you work, but generally there is a pension plan for yeah, for those people.
Uh, uh, or maybe I choose a number six, switch off. Good reason to take a social media break.
Very good. So what are we going to be, what kind of words do you think we're going to be associating? What's the topic here?
So definitely social media,
Mhm.
cell phone,
And
cell phone.
cell phone, maybe, yeah, but so social media is one topic that we want to focus on in this article, right? So we're going to have vocabulary related to social media, but I think the next one would be switch off. So what I would think is mental health. That's a general, yeah, a good reason to take social media break. So I have a feeling that they're going to be talking about, the positive things, yeah,
Uh,
about taking a break from social media. So those are probably the two main things we'll be doing. Okay,
yes.
let's do our vocabulary. So what I'd like you to do is addiction. Tell me, what is an addiction?
So uh, you very like something and you indulge in it, spend a lot of time doing it.
Yeah, it's a little bit more than that as well. So go ahead and read the definition.
the state of being unable to stop doing or using something.
So it's not even just that you like it a lot, but you can't stop. Yeah, you're unable to stop. It's something that you have to do. Yeah, that's an addiction. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Physical. What does that mean? Physical. Yeah, adjective
Physical.
describing something as physical.
Physical. I think it's the opposite of mental. So it's literally you can touch it.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's also relating to the body. Yeah. So you're absolutely right. There's mental and then there's physical. So when we talk about mental, we're talking more about the mind. Yeah. And how we feel, whereas physical is more about our bodies.
Oh,
Yeah. Now you
okay.
can, another aspect of physical is being able to touch it yeah, that it is tangible, we say, that you can touch it. But here we're just talking about mind body. Yeah.
Okay. My body.
Right. So there you go. So how, yeah, well, we've just talked about that. So mental is relating to the brain or thing. Yeah, so that's how we talk about mental. Okay.
Okay.
Now the next one is anxiety. Anxiety. What's that?
Tired. So you feel kind of nerve. So it's an emotion and you feel kind of like nervous, but it's negative.
Yeah, and it's more intense. It's a negative nervousness. Yeah, so if you read the definition, go ahead.
A mental health condition which causes people to feel extremely nervous or worried, a state of feeling nervous or worried.
So what I see here is extremely nervous or worried, right? It's not just feeling nervous, that's not anxiety, but it's very intense. That is anxiety. So you could say, "Oh, I'm really nervous about about my test." That's different than feeling anxiety because anxiety is, extreme. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, very good. How about depression?
So it's kind of so it's a negative emotion that feel you feel to do something and feels you feel frustrated.
Yeah, exactly. Frustration. Again, it's a mental health condition in which people often feel very sad, have trouble eating and sleeping, lack of energy. So depression is a very negative term. Yeah. So now we can already see, right? We can already see through all art. Well, we'll get to that, but we can already see through some of the vocabulary that social media is definitely going to be one, but actually, it's more about mental health. This title, yeah, it's more about mental health. It's more about, yeah, your being healthy in relation to social media. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see. Insomnia. That's a good one. Insomnia.
I don't know this word, but
One is,
I think I've seen this before.
mm-hmm. Go ahead and read the def.
A medical condition in which a person finds it very difficult to sleep.
Yeah. So insomnia is a medical condition. That means you can't sleep or you find it very difficult to sleep. Not just one night, like constant. Okay. Right. So now we've looked at some of the vocabulary. Now we know a little bit of what we're talking about, right? We're talking about mental health. We're talking about health in general versus social media. Now we can start reading out loud. And at the end of the at the end of the article, I'm going to ask you about some of the keywords and what you think are keywords here. Okay.
Okay. Switch off. Good reasons to take a social media break. It's been estimated that more than 20 million people around the world may have an addiction to social media and the internet. But even if you don't think you have that addiction, taking a break may be a good idea. According to data from 2022, we spend an average of almost 2.5 hours per day using social media apps like Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And experts say that having a break, perhaps of a week, a month, or even longer, could have a lot of benefits for our physical and mental health. A number of studies has linked social media use to increase anxiety, stress, and depression, often because we compared ourselves to others and worry that we are not doing as well as they are. Those feelings may also arrive if we see a lot of bad news on social media. It has also been linked to insomnia. Social
Insomnia.
media insomnia. Social
In
oh, oh
in
ins
insomnia.
insomnia. Social media never sleeps, so we may spend our nights checking to see what has been posted or wake up and check it right away in the morning. And of course, not getting enough sleep can affect our mental and physical health. Taking away the app for a short time might help us to focus, to spend more time with family and friends, or to spend more time outside. This could also help to prevent an addiction to social media. But if you are not quite ready to take a break, one idea is to set a social media time limit to begin reducing how long you spend on these apps each day.
Reducing.
So reducing.
Yeah, reducing. All right, very good. So when it comes to social media, what are some of the words that we can connect to it?
Uh, mm, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok,
Yeah, absolutely.
and some emotions like anxiety, depression.
Yeah, but anxiety, depression, that's more related to the health, right? So this article has two combinations. It's talking about uh, social media's effect on your health, mental health mainly. So we kind of separate those two a little bit, but yeah, so on the health side, you have depression, you have those, yeah, physical, mental health, right? Anxiety, depression. But I would say, for example, internet, yeah,
Uh, yeah,
internet, uh, data and apps. These are all connected to social media. Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Um, uh, but and then we have also, like you said, when it comes to uh, our health, we're talking anxiety, stress, depression. Anything else?
Mm, in, insomnia.
Insomnia. Yeah, absolutely. Exactly. And also, you know, we could talk about when we're talking about our mental health, we're talking about focus, we're talking about spending time with family, yeah, and friends, yeah. Spending more time outside also is linked to being happier. So these things are kind of things that you can do against the depression of social media. Now, another thing we can look at when we're talking about this is verbs that are being used a lot, like linked. Yeah. So depression is linked to using social media too often. Yeah, this is a verb that's being used in this article quite a lot. So you could use that. Yeah. Taking a break is a common thing that they're talking about here, right? Having a break. Yeah. So basically having a pause of some sort. So these are things that we can also associate to this article. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Very good. So tell me, uh, how much do you remember how much time do people spend on social media per day on average? What does the article say?
Oh, I mean, maybe 2 hour, 2 hours.
Yeah, 2.5 hours, 2 hours. Yeah, absolutely. And why is social media use linked to an increased anxiety, stress, and depression? How do they link those two in the article?
Uh, cause,
Two reasons.
cause we usually see those um video and pictures some some people post it on social media and we compare it to our life.
Yeah, so comparing our life to a social media life that's not real. Absolutely. There's another thing that it was also mentioned.
So if we saw a bad news from social media, we will feel
Exactly.
so bad.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot of bad news. So how can you tell me that in one sentence? How can you tell me these are the two things? So when I say, why is social media use linked to increased anxiety, stress, and depression? What do you say?
It's, it's hard to organize, but I try it. Uh, so, because we cannot control those things posted on social media, and there will be some bad news or uh,
So let me help you. Okay, so here, why is social media use linked to increased anxiety, stress, and depression? There are words here that you can use in the opening of your, yeah, so you can say social media use is linked to these conditions because we often compare ourselves to the social media accounts. And on the other hand, we also are fed bad news or we see a lot of bad news on social media. And so these are two negative things that affect us. Yeah. So it maybe it's not one sentence, but it's a longer sentence and a smaller statement. But this is a little bit how you can try and organize your thoughts. Yeah. Use some of the words in the question to help you to express yourself, right? Social media use is linked to these things because, yeah. So you can start yourself off there and it becomes easier to talk about what you're going to say after that. Okay.
okay.
All right. So, how could we benefit from taking a break from social media?
So if we prevent ourselves from social media, we have more time to spend with family and friends.
So here's again the same thing. You said if we, yeah, prevent using social media, just use if we take a break from social media? Yeah, it's there in the sentence. How can we benefit from taking a break? Well, by taking a break from social media, we have more time for friends and family. Yeah, this is one of the most basic ways to connect and to speak. Yeah, and to answer questions simply and directly. Okay. And this is where I think you're at right now. Yeah, rely on the vocabulary that is being used and use that vocabulary in a different way in your answers. Yeah. So set up your answers with that vocabulary. 'Cause right now, you don't have a lot of vocabulary to start talking about it in a different way. Yeah. And we need to build that up a bit. Okay.
Okay.
Very good. So tell me, what are your thoughts about this article about taking a break from social media? Have you ever thought about it?
Uh, I think it's a good idea to take a break from social media because it do have a negative impact on our life. However, there's also a positive effect to our life, such like so we can immediately get new news
Mhm.
from social
Yeah,
media.
the instant news feed is always a good, yeah, it's always a good idea. How about you personally, though? Have you ever thought about taking a break, or do you think you use social media too often or too much?
Uh, I think I'm not addicted to social media because if I have to focus on another things, I will just turn off the notice
Mhm.
of social media so that it will not interrupt me doing
Won't,
things.
yeah, it won't interrupt you. Okay, that's true. So you have some control over how much you use social media.
Yeah, but if I
Mhm.
have free time, I will always open my cell phone and see my friends po post a video or something.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of social media, yeah, I would like to ask you, uh, have I given you those or the um, listening podcasts? Have you? Did I give you some suggestions?
So I heard some topic about, I think I didn't heard about the topic, heard about
Told
the
you about
topic.
but I've told you about podcasts like Listening Time and 6 Minute English, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And have you been listening to any of them?
No, I'm now recently I listen to listening podcast every day. So like every episode.
So you have been or you haven't been listening?
I have listened several
Okay.
episodes and
Okay.
I just think I maybe I will subscribe his advanced conversation
Mhm.
with native speaker. You
Hmm.
know,
Okay.
they have he had a new channel about,
Mm.
but
Yeah, he has a new
it's
channel.
not free. You have to pay like
All
I
right.
think it's five US dollars each month.
That's not bad. Yeah. All right. Good. Yeah, I saw I hadn't. listened to it yet, so I thought it was something that might be interesting for you. So yeah, that could be something just to add to yeah your learning potential. But BBC ones are also really good. Yeah. So the 6 Minute English and BBC News Review. That's going to help you to boost your vocabulary as well. So I would recommend those as well.
Okay.
Did you write anything? Have you continued to write in your journal, or did you take a break?
So take a break from channel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
cause
fine.
this Friday I have a midterm exam, so I also take time prepare it a little bit.
Absolutely. Of course, I completely understand. But remember, you don't need to write a lot. Yeah. 5, 10 sentences. Yeah. Even if it's like, well, I don't really have time to write my journal today because I'm going to prepare for my midterm exam on data analyst or whatever. I don't know. Yeah. Even just that little bit is going to help you. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So that's also something. But good. Good. How do you like it so far, this kind of practice? What do you think? Is this helpful?
Yes, I think the uh you asked me to combine the two sentence in one sentence.
Mhm.
I think that's my how to say that barrier or
Mhm. Yeah, it's a
dilemma.
difficulty.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So using so one of the things that you can start to try and figure out is how to use connecting words, yeah, conjunctions. These are the keys to how you will be able to connect your sentences together, okay? So conjunctions will help you to start building what we call um, complex sentences or compound sentences, so putting sentences together. Let me see here. Oh,
So I show you another things it just occurs to my mind.
yeah, tell me.
So Amazing Talker, they have activities that if you invite three three new learner uh to Amazing Talker and you if they spend over 100 US dollars and you and finish the course you will get dollars as well.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah, so
that's
I last week I invite three three new learners from the social media called Dcard. So I post my feedback about Amazing Talker and put the link they sent me to invite my friends.
perfect. Very good. You know, I also have a referral program, right? So you can refer me directly as well. So if they come and they buy a lesson with me, then you get a free lesson.
But I didn't saw that choice on the
It
chatting.
might be after, I think it's after this one because you have to complete 3 lessons, full
Oh
lessons.
yeah.
And this is your third lesson. So I think you'll be able to do it after this lesson.
Oh, okay. I will post
Yeah,
I will post it definitely. So
fantastic.
you know
Great.
I recommend my first teacher on Dcard and he was very happy. He was very happy. And he will
I
notice
bet.
that it's me recommend him.
It's the same way that Hannah, um,
Yeah.
Yeah, the same way Hannah did it as well, and I'm seeing a little bit more. So, yeah, if you want to recommend me as well, that would be very much appreciated as well. That would be great. Okay.
Okay.
So, and you get the benefits as well, with free lessons and things like that. And also, I'm all happy to send you a discount for the next time you purchase. If you want to purchase your lessons again, I can always send you a discount for that as well. So there's always benefits, Harris. There's always benefits of sharing good experiences.
Yes, it's a good,
All
very
right.
good idea for this activity.
Excellent. Absolutely. I have to go. I have another lesson now, so I hope to see you soon. See you next week, and keep up the good work. Oh, shared with you the my link to on the chat. That's basically conjunctions for beginners. So how to
Uh,
build, yeah.
you know, I have watched this video before.
Oh, have you?
Yeah,
Good.
yeah, because in your profile you post the channel, your
Yeah,
YouTube channel. So I
exactly. Oh, that's great. Oh, well, I'm glad you saw it. So there's also the part two, yeah, compound sentences, and then part three is complex sentences. So there are three videos that might help you to start building those connected sentences together. Okay.
okay,
All right. So yeah, take a look there. If you have any questions next week, you can also bring that up. Okay.
okay,
I have to go, Harris. Have a good evening.
okay. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.